Hey y'all, welcome. I'm Tracy. This is my channel, Tracy from the Mermaid Cove. Today is a day I took off. It's Thursday, y'all. We got stuff to get done around here. And Feel Away, y'all, helps cats remain calmer. It says happy family. That's what, we're gonna have a little family and Claire needs to, feel good. Enchants calming, help reduce common signs of stress in cats, such as scratching, fears, reactions to changes, urine spraying, tension, and conflict. So it lasts for 30 days. It looks like this, right? And every time I have to get myself not to keep these, but I'm going to. You can glue this on top of something, and it's a mark maker. That's right. And then, nah, can't do it there. But anyway, I'm going to read this. I don't think I've ever read it. So you plug it in. So every 30 days you change it. So I ordered a bunch because I want to have like 2 on each floor. As things go and things are better, we'll wean down because they're not cheap. This will last a while. And it's about a 30-day thing. And I can always tell when it's gone. Clara, I just think, where's the Feel Away? How's that doing? And then I'll wean down to 1 on each floor if that's so. It'll be a little bit more, but they can be $20 for the refill. So if I do, get the setup and then that's $60 a month. That's a lot, but hopefully that much won't be needed. But I really want this to go well. Claire's gonna have a new housemate. And she seems like she's not feeling that great. So she's not straight. Yeah, she's using a box. And but I got an appointment next Tuesday with my normal vet, whatever normal is. But anyway, yeah, so that is what's going on. And then the other thing I got, and I already don't know if I like it. Let me open this a little better because it will be returned. So this is just a rug to have outside. Ooh, it feels good. Claire might like lying on that. Outside my, it's okay. It's fine for what it is. It's like $20. Outside my kitchen into the living room, the dining room. It's just, I don't know. It's just like a stain, and I've been working on it. I can't get it out. But I thought that would look nice. So yeah, so that is that. Oh, and I got a new over-the-door shoe organizer. I love those things, y'all. I have them in literally every closet has one hanging. So the one I'm replacing, because it's literally, and this thing must be 15 years old, maybe 12. It's hanging down. It's plastic, so it's all yucky and it's yellowish. It's in my studio, and I put I'm going to show you what I put in it. Y'all, tomorrow I might run and go look at mattresses. Y'all, tell me what mattress to get. For someone with ADHD, it's a thing. I can't afford the one Beverly got. Excuse me, I have to reword my words. I choose not to pay that kind of money for my mattress at this moment. I don't know. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to go to the closest one. And I'm just going to look at them. I'm going to Walmart, so I can do that. Just try and get a feel. Don't want foam, don't want to sink, and I want it cooler. Other than that, and I want it probably as medium to a little, between medium and high firm, right? So the more firmer, the more it costs. But, this is an investment in my health. Good Lord Almighty, I can't wait. And then what I'm thinking is, so Friday, unless I pull the trigger because there's just a great deal, then I'll go back Monday to maybe another place and then go from there. But like I said, other than right now in my closet, I'm not really decluttering it as much as organizing it. So I got to organize my pants and my like sweatpants, leggings and stuff like that. And then there's just things like I need to bring downstairs or put away, but we're cooking with gas. So I have a obsession with cards. Okay, especially older cards. Oh my goodness, look at this. This is called Finch, never heard of it. So just, you know, started with ATCs, which is artist trading cards, you know, and you would do art on it. So I have this little, and this actually, I think the whole box is going to fit in my, the ones I got are, they're not plastic, they're mesh and they're bigger. Y'all, now look at this. I love both of these. Now this is super old, right? Actually might have been made to look old. This one's older because it's not as fresh as the pure white ones, y'all. I can't describe to you the joy. It is what it is, y'all. Some women like diamonds and people like traveling, y'all. I just want cards. So, and then like these crazy face cards. They're for, and I've used some of these in my, look at the color. Look at, oh God, that's a good one. So these are called Crazy Faces cards. Directions for I Doubt It. Rules for Crazy Eights. So I haven't played card games. God, I used to love Crazy Eights. If you told me right now, here's a deck of cards, play it, I literally don't know what I'd do. The cleaning crew at work is doing, they're playing games and stuff, and they've been playing Uno. I don't know if I ever played Uno, y'all. This is top tier. Words. Can't even. So what I'm doing is, let me show you guys, is I have this really cool thing. I got this at Michael's years ago. And for right now, I'm just going to separate them so I can put them in their perspective areas. This is joy to me, y'all. This is absolute joy. Much more exciting than cleaning out where the pots and pans are. But so yeah, so I have them gonna sit here and I'm gonna sort. And so when I went to Dollar Tree last time, I did see some I liked. I went, of course I didn't buy it, y'all. That's faith. I'm gonna have $20 for my school supply budget, and I it may be something I get because they're gonna be flush with new cards. Or if I don't find something I love, I may reserve that $1.50. Let's just say that's with tax for when I see a pack I love because they come out all the time. And y'all, I have a box of this in the garage and I'm bringing it in today. I'm gonna do about 30 minutes in the garage, filling up recycle, y'all. And look at this. This has got to be 70s. And then look, paste your child's picture here. Oh my God, look at y'all. Look at his mustache. Anyway, this is joy for me. Joy to the world. Okay. Then, and some I let go. Y'all don't think I didn't. All right, I have these boxes of little tiny cards in there, like German, this and that. I kept, I think there was a Latin one I kept. But these are the kind of things, so they're for kids to learn, right? Frank Schaefer Productions, Easy Sight Word Set 1. So come with me and you know what? Come out and play, y'all. You can, as an artist, as a grown-up person, as an imagination, you can come up with some stuff. Am I going to use this in my lifetime? Absolutely no way. If I just did nothing but made crap 24 hours a day, yeah, but I love them. And let's say I die in let's be realistic here. Let's say I'm 60. Well, let's say I die in 23 years. As long as my mom, 22 years. These will even have more value. I did not write this, but somebody wrote the name Tracy on there. Little Audrey. So these are ones that you could color, right? Come on. Does that make you a little happy? This is to make flip movie, put cards in numerical order, and rifle top a deck with thumb. Interesting. Ed U cards. Whoops. And then I like strange shaped just right. I think I got like this at I'm gonna say Five Guys. Five Below. Come on. So, and I do use them. Look at the little ones. Ooh, there's just a whole row for little ones. But yeah, and then these, I've used some of these, and it's a matching game. Look, a match. I love matching games. I love concentration memory game. Y'all, come on. I think this was Five Below. They have cards for like $1 when they have interesting cards. They have interesting crayons. So, and I'm going to have a whole row just of decks. I can't wait to show you my studio. I walked in there today and I just felt really good. Look, see, someone drew, yes, this is priceless. So it's so funny. So my new supervisor, I have always found kids art. Lost in a library. Found in books, or they make art, and I had the best bookmark, y'all, but I gave it to my supervisor for her birthday. I've never met anyone else who loves that kind of art like I do. It's so funny because it's a different thing, and but I just love it. And so I have a book, and I'll show you guys one day, but I can't give it up. And I don't have to give it up because I gave up that bookmark, and because y'all getting, me, you getting a birthday gift, it's going to be coming from my house. But then again, that's like saying like the best gift closet on the planet. But yeah, so I love when kids do art like that. This book is hysterical. But it made me think, because my co-worker's daughter's at camp for 2 weeks, y'all. They post pictures just in general. And you can look every morning. So she's been, of course, obsessed with this. This girl looks wild. And then there was another picture of like a group of them. I'm like, wild girls. Ooh, she is going to have a time. And they get to go to the canteen and get a candy every night. She's been having Skittles every night. Oh my God. And wild things. And apparently she doesn't want to comb her hair. And she looks wild. It's awesome. You freak how great. I don't know what puberty messes up girls so much. It's just, there is nothing like an 8 or 9-year-old girl who has a family that loves her and supports her, and, good education going on, that to really just feel themselves. And it's so interesting because not everyone, of course, is like this. And at the library, a lot of parents get their children to ask their questions, right? And some are so shy. And one girl, I said, I'll look this way, except I can't hear well in this ear. I said, but you have to speak up because I don't hear well here. And, or some just write up bold, like, they're like a boss baby. I have to tell you this though. And my supervisors were the same. We love looking at kids. Like when 2-year-olds are like toddlers and they're like drunk looking almost, they're staggering. And, but there was, and babies, and we both just, it's hysterical. When it comes to stuff like that, we were so compatible. But, okay, so there's a woman with this, and one of these old-fashioned, almost like an English pram, if you know what I mean, like Mary Poppins would be pushing. Okay. So there's big pram, and this baby, I don't know how old this baby was. This was a huge baby. Huge. I don't know if it, 6 months, 8 months, I don't know, but it was looking at me like, don't you have something to do besides look at a baby? Whoops, y'all, excuse me. My foot hit that. He was such a boss baby. I mean, I felt seen. I felt like, whoa. If you believe in reincarnation, I thought this dude just came back from being some kind of high-powered guy, because he had the confidence of, Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates rolled in together if they have confidence. You know what I mean? So anyway, I went to find my supervisor. It's like, you have to see it. But the baby had left by the time I found it. But I can't wait to see that baby again. I mean, that was one of the best babies I've ever seen. I mean, a boss. I were, in a different world. I was like, I take a picture of this child because it's something. So and I don't even know, this nanny was all pair. There is a difference apparently. Well, I guess, yeah, I know the difference. But anyway, she was petite thing, and I thought, whoa, Anyway, it's so much fun. I'm so lucky. If I could just get paid double. But my YouTube, yeah. I got, the universe is going to send me income and funds and abundance in ways that I don't even understand yet. That is my mantra. I'm moving out of scarcity thinking while being responsible. Y'all, I got my credit reports from all three, and I'm not going to go into it, but it's good. But now I have a goal of how I want it to get higher, and it's just going to be me, paying down some stuff. But I'm working on it. I'm trying to understand. I'm going to pull the reports, and in Beverly, we're having a financial planning class, and even like my mortgage statement, we're going to go through what everything means. And I just have, I don't know, I just was not taught that. And Beverly's father taught her well. And Beverly knows to the penny where her money is. Doesn't keep her from spending it like in dumb ways. But yeah. Let's see, y'all. I'm dehydrated. I have dry mouth. Do you know, because of these drugs, it's caused tooth decay. But I found these things, you put them like up here, and then at night, and I found some that are not toxic. So I need to do that on the regular. And I am so excited to see this new doctor or nurse practitioner on Thursday. And I just feel like she's going to be so good for me, and that I need a good internist. And I'm wondering, there is a team, if I'm not better off maybe in that practice for a while, just to have different people. But I do need to have a good relationship with my internist, my main doctor. And this doctor I'm going to is my brother. It's not going to happen. And yeah. So I'm very excited. I'm to do all the things I need to do, like get the mammogram, get the colonoscopy, and just blessed that I have insurance. Y'all, I got good insurance. And blessed that I can get my teeth fixed. It's going to take me some time. Blessed, my cataract surgery only cost me co-pays when I went in the office. I'm very blessed. So I am now, y'all would be proud, I think, maybe for the last, when I really started like this 10 week, and I didn't have a number in mind, but I feel like it was about 10 weeks where I was just like decluttering and releasing stuff and freeing myself from all this burden was the only thing that mattered to me. And then I started like, now my refrigerator is half clean. Y'all, we are going to tomorrow's my trash day. So I think we're going to go, I'm going to take y'all in the freezer. We've been there before, y'all. And I'm probably embarrassed to say there's probably stuff in there still. But I'm going to go through it and get rid of stuff I know that I'm not going to eat. Like, somebody might say, you don't put bad stuff in your body. You don't have to eat the expired foods. And I'm doing so much better now that it'll be nice. And, I want her to have, let's say she wants to go grocery shopping Sunday and put stuff in there, So that is on the priority today. And I want to see what I have left to eat. Write it down. We're going to do some food planning because I know that is the only way. I remember a long time ago, and I've told this story. So one of my patrons, and I am in a more affluent area, and this woman I noticed rings. I'm not a ring, like if I got married, God forbid, I would not necessarily want a fancy ring, y'all. I don't know what I'd want as a gift, or what I'd give that person. Anyway, I would have some ring, obviously. But even if all the extra funds were there, I'm pretty sure this ring was like not even that, probably $80,000. A beautiful ring. And she says to me, see, sometimes the universe and God sends you people and you don't pay attention. She asked me if we had the flyers, every Wednesday, the sales come out for the grocery stores, because hers didn't come. So I got them for her, and she's like, I'm going to tell you right now, you look at what's on sale and you plan your food around what's on sale. You do not think of things and then go buy stuff full price. This was years ago, and I should listen to her. So now I have listened to her, and that's what I've been doing, y'all. But I have not been to the grocery store now in like 12 days, I think. I'm not starving. Though I did beg someone to bring me a banana. And I may have eaten somebody's cherries. So there's a bag of yummy cherries, the green ones, the red ones, and I've been watching it. I thought, are these mine? There's no name on them, and I've been no, not you got to put your name on it, otherwise it's fair game. That's just it. That's the rules. Doesn't matter. So, I started having like a handful here, a handful there. Anyway, last night I just took them. I'm gonna finish them because they're gonna go bad anyway. So if someone comes up to me, did you eat my like cherries? And I asked a few people, no one, it wasn't theirs. Then I will buy new cherries or whatever fruit of their choice. But anyway, I'm eating all that. Am I gonna become a scavenger now, eating up people's food? Anyway, food, that's where we're at. Okay, so we're gonna do food plan. I know I've talked about it, but now's the time. Now, and it's nice to go out of plans into action, into completion. I'm enjoying this process very much. And just now when I went downstairs to hang and that's another thing, there'd been a time I'd order that, and then it was sat in a box. And then I'd forget about it. And then I'd find it. And I'd put it somewhere in there, I opened it when my coffee was making. I went on down there and hung up. I took off the old one, put the ones in there in it, and remembered I had a box in the studio. And then this will free up, right? And then this will free up a box. So let me look at this. I forgot I had another box. And I can't wait to show you down there. So this one, and I usually label everything, so, but y'all. Okay, so let me go back. So I'm going to do some time in the garage, and my goal is, well, Kenny is going to come, and I want to have my snow shovels put up on this thing, and I just know, it's one thing to be on a ladder and I'm scrubbing, it's another thing to be lifting and trying to get things that could, one, fall on my head and push me off a ladder, okay? I'm very smart about this, I really am. I'm, in the morning I did get on this ladder outside, I knew I could. I knew I physically felt okay and I wasn't exhausted. I knew I could do it. So I'm trying when I'm doing something that could be sketchy or harmful to me. You can't always do that, but I'm trying to stop, have a minute and think about it and visualize myself doing it and being safe. So I have lots of room up there, y'all. So I want him to take down all the empties for me. I want to put those snow shovels up, and I have a bunch of games up there that I want to donate to my cleaning crew, depending on if it's something they're going to like. Like I have a 19, anyway, they need to come down. I need to deal with them. And so this side of the garage, like it's like you pull in the garage, my door to the house is here, and then this thing here, right? All the empties are going to go. And then my goal is to put my trash can and my recycle can against that wall, because there's like a bunch of space where you couldn't park your car anyway, right? So that's number one goal. It's good to have little mini goals, right? So that's a goal I want to achieve today. And then the other goal is, so I have a bunch of stuff there that's contained that I want to keep, right? So that means I need to find room on my rolling storage. And there's paper and there's stuff there. But y'all need to ask your opinion. So my mom's best friend, Nellie, she lives somewhere in the middle of Virginia, I think. But, we kept in touch, and her house burned down. I can't even, right? But at some point, I don't know, with ADHD, sometimes it's very hard to respond. And I mean to respond, or I think I need to have something more settled before I respond. It's really interesting. As I'm thinking about Nellie, I feel like crying. But I had gone through it right away and pulled stuff of my mother's that I knew she would love. And it's still sitting in my garage, packed. I pulled some plates. We had gotten I don't know. Anyway, on QVC, I don't know canned candy it was. It had little tin villages, and we had a library. And Mom had gotten one for Nellie because Nellie loves the library. And I have that in that for her. I have stuff like that in for her. I even think I have a sweater of my mother's for her. Just stuff like that. A couple books, some cookbooks of my mom's. There it sits. And I haven't heard from Nellie in quite a while. So I'm torn. Do I email and say, hey guys, I'd like to catch up, invite him to come to the library and have lunch, and then give her this stuff? And if they accept, they accept. If they don't, they don't, right? I guess probably that's, or unpack it, or, you know, let it go. I don't know. I guess see, this is what's so amazing talking to y'all. I feel like I should make that attempt. You know, and this sounds really crazy. Part of it is I have a roommate now. Things have changed. I'm taking care of myself better. So now I kind of feel like talking to him, where before I just felt like I've been negative and in fear, and you know, I don't really enjoy spreading all that around. If people want to know that, they can watch my channel. So I think I just answered my own question. I think what I'm going to do once my housemate, we're all settled, I think that's what I'll do. I'll reach out and see, because they are in church. They're very religious people. They're in church like all the time, right? And she plays organ. She's really cute, really just an amazing woman. She's from Montana, and my mom just adored her. My mom, they were on the phone twice a day, like me and Bev. So it was hard for Nellie too. And honestly, Nellie's the one that kept saying to me, "What are you going to do for your mom? What are you know?" I knew we weren't having a funeral. I said my mom did not want a funeral. She did not want us to spend the money on that kind of thing. So we had her cremated, and my brother found a really good deal. God, I wish I'd had this channel then, y'all. That whole scene, I almost felt like we were gonna have to do the burning ourselves. That was how crazy it was. But it turned out to be awesome. Actually, turned out to be, you know, divinely guided. That's how I look at things now. And you know, it's hard because my mom was like, I don't want anything. I don't want, not towards the end of her life, but that's what she always said. And I said, well, you know what, Mom, you don't die, because if you die, I'm going to do whatever the heck I want to do. Okay. That's how it works. So we didn't do an obituary. We did it in the local paper in her hometown. But anyway, so we did a celebration of life. So my mom passed away at the end of January, and we had it in April. And in some ways, it was really good to me because can you imagine? I was hyper focused on it. And I also feel like driving home, I would think through things, but I think what would happen, you know, and no one could tell me otherwise, my mom was sending me ideas. I would hear, you're going to have a candy bar, my favorite candy. Am I? Yeah, you're going to have a candy bar. You're going to get like Hershey's, Snickers. So, and little gift bags so people can take some home. Awesome idea, Mom. Okay. You can put out my cookbooks, and you're going to make copies of my favorite recipes that are handwritten or somewhere, and let people take them. Awesome idea. So it kind of evolved like that. And yeah. And of course, you guys, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but again, I pushed myself so hard. And then Mimi flew in. Like, we had it on a Sunday, and Mimi flew in, I think we had it on a Sunday, and Mimi flew in Friday night, and I had an agenda. Girl, I had that Grille gratin cheese, and my mom, one of her favorite things was this Rosalind Carter, or Jimmy Carter's mom's cheese ring, right? It's one of the best things, you guys. You should make it. Google it. It's just basically grated cheese, and don't buy grated cheese. Gotta get the block and grate it. Nuts, because that's the point. You can use whatever nuts you want. I think we use pecans. Then cut up onion, and what I do is try to mince it almost liquefied, right? So you get the taste more than the cayenne pepper if you want it, or red pepper flakes. It can be as hot. I would do half hot, half not. And then some, salt and pepper and mayonnaise, basically. But the trick is to make it at least 24 hours, 48 hours before the event is best, right? So I made Mimi, we were up making, anyway. So we stayed up, maybe Mimi came on a Thursday, and Becky and Clay, my friends from Arizona, came in, they came in Friday night. So Thursday, Mimi and I had been up late, right, making stuff. And then Becky came in Friday late. By the time her flight got in, they got a car. And she had been ordering groceries. Becky's like an amazing cook. And she had been ordering groceries from Amazon. Because this woman can make, I met her in Arizona. her father and my father were on the same crew, and her mother and my mother were friends, and that's why we moved to Arizona. And I was lucky enough to get to know her and her sister. And they again knew me when my mom was pregnant with me. So how amazing is that? But anyway, so she was up that night getting stuff together because Becky has the energy of 900 kindergartners. Never seen anything like it in my life. So does her husband. Honest to God, never seen anything like it in my life. And very creative and very kind, loving human being. So I know Mimi went to bed, and I think I stayed up, and I was very careful with my Ativan, but it was the only way I did not cry all day or could sleep or eat. So I was up with them. I finally was like, it was like 2 o'clock. I'm like, because I wanted to hang out, but I was like, I'm going to die. So I had some alcohol. Mimi, I like to drink Asti Spumani, where she indulges me because that's my favorite, like mimosas. She loves a good Bloody Mary. Her and my mom, they were Mimi's a lot like my mom when I think about it. God, Lord, they start the morning early with their like special little Bloody Marys. And anyway, I went to bed. I must have taken a sleeping pill or something, but Mimi could not get me up all day. And we had plans. I had things to do all day. And that night, my brother and my nephew and my niece and her boyfriend, I think he was boyfriend at the time, who I met like once at the hospital maybe, and my brother's wife. Anyway, we're having a family dinner just to talk. It was the first time we would all be together since my mother died. And Mimi, I remember she just kept looking at me. Like, I remember when I was I can't say I was unconscious. I could feel like I had awareness, but I think, I'm gonna cry, having people who really loved me around me, who really cared for me, let me just collapse. And I needed to collapse. But poor Mimi, I can remember vaguely her saying, what's your number? What to get in the phone? She's like, I didn't have your brother's number. I don't have any of these numbers. I didn't know who to call. I didn't know what to do. And Becky's like, you're going to be fine. She's going to sleep it off. She's going to be okay. I felt like we need to call 911. I'm like so glad and I'm so glad I did not overdose accidentally. Apparently when I was watching Long Island, my mom loved the Long Island Medium. And I'd watch occasionally with her. But I started really watching her after my mom died. And it gave me great comfort, y'all. If you don't, I don't know, right? You can have doubt and faith. I have faith. Thank God, right? This is like a comfort. But I started watching that. A lot of people die from accidental overdoses of mixing things. It's really shocking. A lot of car accidents. Anyway, finally, I think everyone came, and I vaguely remember it. Like, I think I was upright. And I think I just put myself to bed early, and because I had a day ahead of me. And it's so funny because I have come to the understanding that I am a perfectionist, a non-practicing perfectionist in recovery. I think if you have that tendency, you have that tendency, and I think you choose not to do it, so you're non-practicing. And I had things, I was like a general, y'all. Things needed just to go. It was interesting because in the car, I thought out the whole process of everything, and in the car, I'd ask everyone, do you want to speak? Nobody did. Okay, that's fine. I get it. So I had these pictures of my mom blown up, and it was lovely. So I had cards where people could write memories of my mom. See, now I wish I had someone standing there and forced them to do it. But my Angela, my friend who's gone out, she had bought these little fairies and gnomes for each table and plants. Very sweet. And everyone brought food. We had a potluck. We did get this good Royal Farm chicken, but everyone brought food. And Becky, of course, made amazing food. And there was alcohol, because that's my mom would want wine. And, we had the whole thing. But anyway, somebody was assigned coffee. And I told them I have a big urn from work. You know, back in the day, they'd have big pots of coffee. So I said, you just need to bring coffee, just some normal coffee. And then end up they bought from Panera or someplace boxes of coffee. And for 1 second, I lost my fucking mind. I was like, are you kidding me? What? And I just, you know, I could feel my mother like push me, like, stop it. But it's just like, you know, and it's also how I was with my mom in rehab in the hospital, and I had plans and things had to go my way. It didn't dawn on me that she wasn't coming home. And I would have, okay. And I told my brother, I said, this is your mother too. I cannot be 100% responsible. And you just slid in when it moves you. No. We're going to line up people, and you're going to take a leave if you have to. And we're going to be with her, and we're going to get her healthy. And I had friends were signing up to, they would handle breakfast for the week, or they would handle lunch for the week. Stuff like this, right? I had a whole list. And then something would happen and she wouldn't get released. She got sicker. Scratch it out. Start the next one. So finally, you know, it didn't dawn on me towards the end that it was, don't make a plan. You'll figure it out. So when I was planning the party, in my head, driving home at night, and I started thinking about what did I want to say? What did I want this to look like? What did I want to say? And pretty much, you know, most everyone in that room loved my mother or loved me, or people who supported me, my mom, my brother, and like my brother's best friend was there, who my mom adored, loved him, Jimbo, loved him. Just people, you know, it was just really, you know, Kenny was there, of course, and you know, just, you know, all these people that love my mother, love me. I love my family. So it was really to thank them for the support. And of course, Nellie and unfortunately somebody, or fortunately, I don't know, somebody was getting married from the tour guide. You know, my mom was a tour guide at the United States Capitol. So a lot of people couldn't come. But Nellie was the only one I needed to be there, right? It was very important for her. And I had one of my pages from the library, he was taking pictures. And so I had, you know, and I had decided. So I went through my head, and honestly, I felt divinely guided, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried. And every drive home, I would do it in my head, because I wanted to be cried out, so I could do this, so I could do it. And it took me, I would come home, I'd be sobbing. It was night after night after night. So, and then I had the inspiration. My mom and I used to dance in I don't know why I got on this. I was sharing cards and fun stuff. But my mom and I, and just because I'm letting so much go, I think it's just really dredging stuff up, which is good because it needs to be healed and poofed off. But I don't need these. Why am I fighting that? My mom and I would dance in the kitchen. Like, you know, I could get my mom laughing and, you know, her out of a bad mood. And we were always dancing. And the twist, if I put the twist on, my mom could not resist dancing. Like sometimes she'd be in a mad mood. I want to dance. I put the twist on, y'all. She couldn't. She had to move. She couldn't hold it back. So what I did is I gave my talk. I wish I had been there. I wish I had filmed it because it was a complete out of body moment. But I held it together, and I felt like I did a really good job. And at the end, everyone was crying, of course. And I did not want to end on that note. So I said, everyone stand up and we're going to dance the twist for my mama. And I went and I danced with every single person. And I remember Jim, you know, who's known me since I was 7, I don't know, forever. You know, we had a moment together, and he said, I'm so amazed by what you did. I'm so impressed. It was so wonderful. He's like, you're so talented. And I was like, Jim, that was divine guidance. I will take no credit for that. That was divine guidance. So when we took my mom's ashes to her hometown, we did that during the fair because that was always a big deal for me and my brother's kids going there, and my mom and, you know, everyone wanted to go to the fair. So we had our celebration of life during the fair. And this sort of, I'll talk about that another day. It was, anyway. Why did I get on? I don't even know. So yeah, divine guidance. I might have said this already, but did not post it, y'all. All these things posting are a miracle. And one of my goals today is have some time and go back and organize things so I can post some of the older stuff. But thinking about divine guidance. So, there's a lot of people at the library that I have it's like, just we click, right? Or we just have quick little conversations, but we've done it for years, right? So we feel like we know each other. And sometimes people say, hey, let's go to dinner, or, I'm going here. Would you like to come? So some people I move out into like friendship, right? In the sense that they have my cell phone number. We see each other outside the library kind of thing. And there's this amazing woman, Marilyn. And she's quite the character. And, my belief system is not a lot of my friends. It's not my mother's. It's sometimes like a fish out of water a little bit. But, Mimi and I could talk about everything. And we made fun of our faith a little bit, but we both knew we had faith. That we had a relationship with God, and we didn't understand it all. And, we had a thing about the baby Jesus to make my mom laugh. And then she told us we're going to go to hell, so we better stop making fun of the baby Jesus. I'm like, we're not making fun. We're having fun. There's a difference. And anyway, Marilyn is one of these people that we really connected and is absolutely an angel on this planet to help me, a guardian angel. And she does this for a lot of people. But we went, she's very spiritual, and her husband died a long, long time ago. And she's like getting closer to 90. And she's definitely aging, I want to write down, I just literally am going to have, back in the day when they had dance cards, well, of course not, unless you read a lot of Regency Romance. I'm going to send her a card. I'm going to make her, which is a kiss of death, but there you are. Have like a thing around my neck, honestly, with a thing, and like I just do. So Marilyn, and I got to know each other, and then there was like, I don't know what they call them, but like a spiritual expo or something in downtown. And so she said, do you want to go? And I'm like, yeah, that sounds really cool. So there's different people selling things. There were speakers. It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. And she also introduced me to this man, Reverend Jim, who, I don't know, I can't remember, like one of the Unified churches, he was a pastor there. He'd been a pastor his whole life. And, but he did readings, right? Communicated with people on the other side. I don't think he called himself a medium, but a healer. Anyway, so I went. I love stuff like that. When somebody I know has gone and had an experience and finds it authentic, right? So I did that, and it was amazing, really. He's gone now, of course. But we've been talking. Of course, the pandemic's been very hard on her. Like she's so far. She takes classes. She takes Smithsonian classes. She has exercise online, and she's just really. She used to swim all the time, and the pandemic has really curtailed her. And she has older friends who died because of it, and it's been hard. But she came in the library, and she knew I needed a roommate, and we talked about all that. She came in the library. I can't remember what day. But I would say 9 weeks ago, 9, 8, something like that. And I was helping someone. And she always gives me like comics and, just fun stuff like that. And she great cards. Her and my friend Judy have like really give the best cards. So she puts this thing in it, and she loves to put things in zippy bags. Sets it down, and she said, find a roommate. And I knew 100% this was divinely guided, and I needed to start looking for a roommate, that there was someone waiting for me, that I needed to do my part to connect. And the piece of paper was, in the county I work for, that they have a service where they will help you find roommates, housemates, because they want people to keep their houses, right? And they want other people not to, to find something they can afford. Where I lived didn't have it. So one on my list was, okay, I'm going to start calling like that and say, well, I work for the county. Can you help me, or at least do you know in Frederick? And because I was looking on the website, but it's got more serious, right? And then there's a bunch of different things like roomies.com, roommates.com, rentaroom.com, there's a new one, roomsters.com. There's a lot, right? So I started deep diving and all that. And then I signed up. I took pictures. The bedroom had already been done, right? I had that done for a while. And, it was like a guest room, whatever. So I took pictures of that and I did like 3 of them. And I was in a very ADHD episode because my medicine wasn't working well. So really scattered. And I had talked to my friend's daughter like 3 years ago, maybe, about stuff. And I had a copy of her lease. And so when I first did it, one of them said, "You're very unique. We have no matches for you." You're very unique. We have no matches for you. Okay. So I got all that sort of organized, and then I read somewhere, I said, oh, you should have a different email. You should have a different phone number. And I was trying to get through that. I thought, you know what? I'm not sure I know how to set up another email in Gmail because my brain is not cooperating. So I loosely got stuff together. I thought that, how much do I want to charge? Do I want to include utilities? And then I thought, with who I got, it would have been easy just to include utilities. But, if there's somebody who's paying half, then they're going to be more responsible, right? And like, I would provide at least once a month house cleaning and internet, that kind of thing, security. And then I started the manic decluttering as if my life depended on it. And I do believe it did. I don't think, had I not done what I've done and released all this energy, all this pain, that I would have made room for someone as lovely as this human being to want to live here. And somehow I knew it instinctually that this is what it's interesting because I do believe God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, that sends angels, sends messages through people, right? Do you remember, and I'm not going to tell it right, but there's a story where there's going to be a flood and people go around and say, come on, hop on the boat, or, come on, let's load up the cars, let's go. And this man's like, no, that's okay. God will take care of me. So he stays, and then the flood starts coming, and then a man comes by in a boat. Now he's up on the roof. He's like, hop in. We'll take you to safety. He goes, no, God will take care of me. Finally, the house is almost, covered up, and a helicopter comes. And he's like, no, God will take care of me. So he died. He drowned. And he has the nerve to say to God, why didn't you help me? He goes, I sent a car, a boat, and a helicopter. What more did you want? So, right? It's a matter of listening and asking and meditating and being quiet. So I knew when Marilyn did that. And the funny thing is, she put it down. She's like, get a roommate. Walked off, and I didn't see her leave. I didn't have a conversation with her. It was wild. It was like I hallucinated it, but I did have this piece of paper. And I called her yesterday to thank her and tell her what that experience meant to me. And she's just amazing. And she was telling me about, this man that one of her neighbors used, who like does pruning and planting, taking care of the landscape, can do things inside kind of thing, really reasonable price, great man, very meticulous. And I thought, I would like to have someone, like, if something happens that I can call in an emergency. I do not want to put that burden on Kenny, because with him working in Pennsylvania, it's just too hard. So I asked, and there, with what he's charging, I can afford for him to kind of deal with the side of my house and the front of my house, right? And just clip and do things I can't do. and because I can't with my hands. So I thought, I could invest some money, not a lot, but according to what I would have paid the other person I contacted, yeah, none of that would have turned out the same. So anyway, I said, can you ask him if I can contact him? So she immediately did it. Of course, Marilyn does not put things off like that. And I'm learning that because you want to help people and you get the urge or the message, then I'm learning to do it right away. Unless it's something ridiculous, I'm whipping up in my head kind of thing. So she texted me and said, he's not sure he'll come out that far, but can you give him your address and when you're available? So I texted him immediately and I said, I understand. I said, it's not as far as you think. But here's the days I'm home. Appreciate your consideration and, so we'll wait and see what I hear. But it got me thinking that if he can't, apparently he works for like an organization that are like, what's it called? Househusbands.com or something, there's a group of men that do this, who are retired, which is brilliant. But if he can't, then I'll see, maybe he, has someone that will kind of thing. Anyway, but that got me thinking, my list of things. I want, if whatever could happen. But I'm going to talk to Kenny about the alarms and make sure. I think most of them are really new. I can't remember. I should have written this down and I didn't. Because Kenny doesn't like hand me a bill. He just tells me the amount I owe. But I want to go through that because there's nothing worse than this alarm going off. Beeping crap. So, and so we're going to look at that. So anyway, I'm in my head, right, making plans, trying to be proactive. And, you can't get everything under control, but just have some ideas. And Kenny may have a friend who will come help me. I'm going to see about this. I would want to kind of set this up separate from Kenny, just not to put a burden on him. Or him say he'll do it, because I don't want to do that. But anyway, he's coming today. I'm so excited to see him. And he's going to power wash my deck and I'm so grateful, and my fence. And I have like a blind in the garage. Actually, I have a blind in my room that should be replaced. I'll show him that. And then I don't believe we'll have the dishwasher yet, but, I just asked him by August 1, and I'm going to give him a check, pay for all that. And then, yeah. And then, he and I can talk numbers about, I need new stairs and a railing. The deck itself is really great and stable. So, and he has something he can put on it to coat it. So we're going to talk about all that, make it look nice and protect it, because the deck is in great shape. I don't want to hurt that part. And that's where you get into huge money and huge problems with HOA or whatever they're called. So get an estimate of that. And it's not my first priority, but it's absolutely in my top 5, probably. So I'm excited. I get to see Kenny. But yeah, so things like that are in the flow. And I just still struggling with this medicine. And honestly, I feel like some days are better than other days. Maybe I'm more rested or less rested. I don't know. But again, I have an appointment next week to talk to someone from my insurance. So I want to, I'm making my list of what my hands. I need to go see hand specialists. I want a nutritionist for ADHD. And then, maybe they even have contacts for EMDR. But I am going to try, my roommate told me about one. So I am going to make an appointment, and I think what I'm going to do is, so I'm going to make an appointment and have a consultation and see how it feels. If it feels good, then maybe I'll just go ahead and move on. If not, then I'll have a couple of different consultations. And, and I have a pretty good spider sense. Like when I met my roommate, I just don't want to use her name. Not that it matters. I'll ask her if I can refer to her by her name, but I'll probably slip up anyway. But it's just an instantaneous knowing. And so what I believe is, honestly, she's coming from the angels and that she needed help. And Marilyn was prompted to tell me this. So because if I had done it, I would have missed her. The timing was perfect. So that's my story, y'all. And so today, it is a day to get things done. And oh my gosh, you guys. So I was looking at different nail salons around here. My favorite nail salon closed. The change, I embrace change. I love change. I accept change because it comes whether you want it or not. The person I really liked there had moved to another place, but it's a little far. And then she actually was thinking about doing it, contacted me. She's moved to another place, which I know for her, she'd been at the other place a long time. It's very traumatic. But I wanted to try places around here because I just want to fit it in. So I'm just going to get a gel pedicure. I'm working on my own there's no point, and I don't want to get fake nails. That's not my budget anyway. So, wow, the prices are insane. And it's like different levels, and there's some good stuff and amazing stuff going on. But so there's, and I read reviews and, but the reason to do the gel is it will last me, honestly, 6 to 8 weeks, right? Especially because I'm not gallivanting the pool and all that kind of stuff. So, and that's my treat for the garage. Kept telling myself, you can go get a really good, So for $10 extra, you get more of a treatment, right? So I'm going to do that. Actually, I need to call and make an appointment. I would like to do it tomorrow, but I doubt it. If I can get in or not, I don't know. So I'll do it Monday. What's interesting too is when I get a regular pedicure, it's messed up before I get it home. So gel, you walk out, it's done. And not that my roommate would care, but I care about it. So anyway, that is my treat for that. And it's a treat. Wow. If you were getting full gel nails, gel manicure, you guys, it has changed. And again, rent is crazy. Like my other place, he has other shops, but it closed because the rent was too high. And he'd been there a long time. So a place opened in the other side of the shopping center, so I get it. Rent is crazy. These businesses are having a hard time. So, but some of the reviews, wow. Anyway, going in to get your nails, you're entering another world, but that's true of anything, right? But yeah, and when people start talking, and listen, I work with a lot of people who speak other languages, and I know when they're talking about me. I know I don't understand. I even know I can tell by tone of voice, and it's I just have that sense. But especially if they're especially I'm around Chinese speaking people. I've been talking Chinese. I hear it in Tracy, Tracy. Boss, excuse me, what's being said? Right? How lucky we are to work with Tracy. How amazing Tracy is. But you go in these places and it's like another world, and you do feel like you're being talked about. Now, this last place I loved a lot, and I felt super comfortable there. So, but I went a lot more often. So this place, I'm going to try it and see. And I thought, well, you know what? I'll be doing it every 3 or 4 months, maybe. I can, try different places until I find something that, and I could even do stuff on my way home from work sometimes that would probably be a lot less expensive. I don't know. It's probably all the same everywhere, y'all. Anyway, so that's and I need a mattress. Did I tell y'all? My mattress is trying to kill me. So trying to think, because I'm off Monday. I'm taking Tuesday off, take Claire to the vets in the middle of the day. It's just easier. And then I'm off Friday. My dream, I don't know how long things take anymore and all that. My dream would be to be here Friday. If I go tomorrow, test them out, leave and think about it, and then Monday order. I don't know. I'll have to ask them. And then, I have to ask Sophia if they want my old mattress. They might. I mean, it may work for someone else, just doesn't work for me anymore. And my bed frame thingy. So it's so funny. I don't have a fancy bed. And when I was a kid, I had a canopy bed, of course, and matching furniture. And I don't know, I have this great picture behind my bed, which I like. And then, yeah. And then I'm getting rid of my pillows and I'm starting fresh because some of these pillows are really old. And honestly, I don't know how many I have, 10, and I'm going to have 4. Let's start with 4. Maybe I don't need all of those pillows around me to feel comfortable to sleep. And I have 2 stuffed animals. They don't need to go anywhere. They're perfect. They're good to, like, you know, cling to. So, all right, guys. Well, this is real quick. And I'm going to have some breakfast and get my day going here. So this is all kinds of game tokens and stuff. And then I have rulers. Love these. I mean, tape measures, right? Love these things. They are so cool in art. And again, I have a drawer. I mean, the drawer's full. I wouldn't buy one of these anyway. I have enough. I wouldn't. I mean, okay, I lied. If it was something insanely special. I have Scrabble pieces. I have just, this is like, we'll go through this bag separately, but I have little bags just full of good stuff. But here we go. We have some cards. And look at this. Just coat room check. Oh my God, that's awesome. And then I was making like, clocks out of, well, I have this, I think I let it go, which is very good of me. It was a little doll carrying case and I had made it into a clock. That was a rage for a while. So maybe that's stuff I can let go of. I don't feel myself doing that. But it's one box at a time, y'all. Again, I can use that in art. So anyway, but I want like numbers with numbers and, you know. But it is fun to make discoveries. I will say this. This makes me so happy, you guys. I'm going to have creative time today. And I'm going to just try to do the ugliest collage in the history of mankind. Take any pressure off. So, yeah. And I'm happy to show you. Maybe take you along. And I got to figure out, you know, filming in my library and all that. And my studio, the lighting's not going to be the best. And I'm not going to buy any lighting until I'm way down the line. One, I know what to do with it. Sue could probably show me, and yeah, but not now. So, all right, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna feed myself. 8 o'clock. Heat up my coffee. Try to post this, and yeah. So this just, you know, I hope. So now that the main part is over, I'm gonna start trying to do little episodes of decluttering, like, you know, my art stuff, my library. Also in my library, you know, all the books I have. So in my studio, there are no books that are to be cut up or that kind of thing, right? And I want all inspirational books like I want to take and just look at in my library, all that stuff in my library, right? So, and then I think for that, it's just a better thing. But I want to go through them again, right? Today's not the day, but I want to go through and make some decisions based on, yeah, this is what I think I want, but I have 3 of these. Do I need it? That kind of thing. I really want to hone down. And all this, like I said, it's going to take me a good, like 9 months, I think. Like what's let's say August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. Let's say by the spring equinox, that I will be probably, and then, you know, you just have to weed and keep up with it. When you realize you're really not interested in tape measures anymore, maybe save one kind of thing. But right now in my closet, I have a little pull-out thing where tape measures go. And I cannot wait to label, you guys. It's killing me. It's killing me. You're killing me, Biggs. All right, guys, I'm going to go. And thanks for being here and listening. And wow, I think the crying and things just coming up are so important. I think this is the next part of this phase, is letting stuff come out. And, you know, like I was telling one of my friends at work who's going through a breakup, I said, you know, and she's like, you know, I just cry while I'm shoveling. I'm like, it's okay. You're supposed to. The body's meant to cry. Why did crying become such a thing? It is literally the way your body releases stress and gets hormones to help you. Yet, you know, this whole idea that you really shouldn't cry is ridiculous. I don't get it. But anyway, I've sat at work sometimes and just cried because when my mom died, I couldn't help it. Anyway, so it's good. The talking really helps conjure up stuff. And then stuff that, is here to be healed. And then to do the EMDR with stuff that I don't have like a conscious memory of, but my body needs to process and heal. Because, I do want to be different. And what changed? Other than I let go of a lot of stuff, and I do believe this has made a huge change in my life, and I'm working on my habits of like putting my stuff away at night and, cleaning up after myself. Shockingly, it used to be easy to leave stuff. Making sure the dishes are in, thank God the dishwasher's coming. That kind of thing. Running it, putting them away.